Standard seed starting trays suck. They warp, they crack, they bend, they discolor, they break into little tiny pieces in your soil, and they will even melt if you're not careful. But I finally found an alternative to the standard plastic 1020 seed tray. They're heavy-duty stainless steel, 100% recyclable, reusable, easy to sterilize, and will probably outlive you. And today, I'm gonna show you how the system works. Hi guys, I'm April from Resprout. Like and subscribe for more garden tips and tutorials for my suburban front yard garden where I help you garden like a boss. Before we get into it, I'm gonna introduce you to alternate universe April. Her name's Lerpa. That is April spelled backwards. She never found these seed starting trays and her life is sad and lacking in meaning and purpose. She's gonna try to convince me that they are not the best seed trays in the whole freaking world and that the regular ones are just fantastic. I'm gonna totally destroy her. Wow, that's a really nice introduction. I hope you found meaning and purpose. Yes, thank you, I have. Back to your seed trays. Stainless steel trays cannot be cheap. Okay, fair. They currently cost $8.51 each if you buy 12. A standard plastic 1020 tray is going to run you $1.92 if you buy 10. But that's like comparing a plastic fork to a real fork. Everyone knows you're better off buying some silverware than box after box of disposable utensils every month. If you're lucky, you'll get 5 years out of a standard plastic germination tray. So then you're looking at a 20-year cost of $7.68 each, with the metal still being $8.51. And at that point, you just gotta ask yourself, wouldn't you rather have metal? Yeah, but what about windstrip and bootstrap trays? Those are way more high-end and heavy duty, and they gotta be less than metal trays. Believe it or not, these stainless steel trays are actually cheaper than windstrip bottom trays, which are about $8.70 each for 10, and they're not that much more than the bootstrap bottom trays, which are $5.99 each for 10. And will you get 20 years out of those? Who's to say? Windstrip has a 5-year guarantee and Bootstrap has only a 2-year guarantee. They're definitely better quality than standard 1020, don't get me wrong, but they're still made of plastic. Yeah, but what if you don't care that you're using plastic seed trays? You don't care that plastic you use today will outlive your great-great-grandchildren. No. You don't care that there's a massive island of trash in the Indian Ocean right now and animals are dying from our trash. No, you don't care that there's little pieces of plastic in your raised beds and compost bins? You don't care that you're gonna have to keep rebuying these piece of crap trays and wasting time and money? Okay, fine, but they're not the same size as 1020 trays. Yeah, I do agree. This is one of the slight drawbacks, that they are slightly off. So a standard 1020 tray is called that because it's generally 10 inches by 20 inches. And I say generally because they are not all the same sizes and you can run into issues by mixing brands. The interior dimensions of my 1020s are 21 inches by 10 inches, while the stainless steel trays have an interior dimension of 19 inches by 11 inches. So 2 inches shorter, but 1 inch wider than the average 1020 tray. Not a huge size difference in the whole scheme of things. I think this metal system would be great for anyone who doesn't already have a huge investment in a 1020 system. But if you put your soil straight into flats, or you use soil blocks, or you use these adorable silicone seedling pots from Silly Seedlings, or DIY containers, then these trays fit perfectly. You can even buy smaller stainless steel trays to fit inside. So plug tray inserts won't fit in this tray then. Actually, they do. So plug tray inserts come in a lot of sizes, 128, 72, 50, more. They're very popular and they fit 1020 trays perfectly. So that's how a lot of gardeners get started seed starting and they get roped into the 1020 system. But guess what? These inserts are also pieces of crap. So if you really want to keep them and you don't want to switch to soil blocks, which are better for the pocketbook, better for the plants and better for the environment. They are so cheap and flimsy that you can actually cut them down with a pair of office scissors. Problem solved. Okay, but don't metal seed trays get hot? Myself, I've never had a problem, and my trays will sit outside for weeks sometimes. If anything, they reflect heat more than the typical black plastic trays. And because they're not plastic, you won't have issues with them warping or even melting in a hot greenhouse or a hot cold frame. Speaking of greenhouses, I really need holes in these if I'm gonna be using this as greenhouse trays. Okay, that's a fair request. A lot of people water their trays in greenhouses or outside where they need the water to drain out. That's why they make the mesh 1020 trays. When I move my solid trays outside, I put them under a roof overhang, and that way they don't get flooded out by a rainstorm. But I have a little secret. If that's what you need, you can actually buy these trays with holes too. And just like the standard 1020 trays, they nest inside the solid tray, so you can drain or bottom water the plants. Really? But I bet these things don't have lids or humidity domes. Not only do they have humidity domes and lids, but they come in all different styles, all food grade, all indestructible, unlike these other gross, discolored, flimsy pieces of crap. You can use a solid stainless steel lid if you have seeds that need darkness and humidity for germination, a flat clear one if you need light and humidity, and a taller one if you want to retain heat for the small seedlings. It even lifts up. This is way better than lifting those giant covers and then dripping water everywhere. But I need shallow trays to work as microgreen trays. These are too tall. 2.5 inches tall, which is mainly what I use for my soil blocks, is too tall for microgreens. If you're doing microgreens, you usually want short trays so you can get as close as possible to the soil line to cut the greens. These trays come in a bunch of heights, actually more sizes than 1020 trays. You can buy them at 2.5 inches tall, 4 inches, 6 inches, 8 inches, and 1.25 inches, which is the standard 1020 tray height for microgreens. So this system has you covered for microgreens too. Yeah, but where do you buy these? I've never seen them. No, they are not Home Depot seed trays or Lowe's seed trays or seed trays you can get from any other home improvement store. You can get them on Amazon, but they are not called seed trays. The crazy part is you've probably seen them everywhere. All of these trays, the whole system, and even more pieces that I haven't shown you are from the restaurant industry. They call them steam table pans or hotel pans. They come in different sizes, full size, half size, quarter, eighth, down to ninth. You've seen them at weddings and delis and buffet restaurants. They're everywhere. These chefs subject these trays to dishwashers, knives, freezers, ovens, all on a commercial level. So they are way more durable than any seed tray that's available today. And they have the full weight of the enormous restaurant industry behind them, making way more accessories than has ever been available for the 1020 system. If you're gardening on a smaller scale though, and just want a tray or two, maybe paired with a lid or a draining tray or a soil blocker, come visit my website at reusable.com. I am not sure how long I'm gonna do this, but I've had so many questions about these trays. I decided to make the system available to more people. This is a system I put together myself. You are not gonna find it sold like this anywhere else. And I also must mention that were you to attain these fine seed trays, you could also get matching lasagna sheets that fit perfectly into them. Just saying. I do like lasagna. But really, Lerpa, have I convinced you? I have seen the error of my ways. You've convinced me to buy the trays. You already have in this world. I hope this video helped you out. Remember to sign up for my email newsletter for more garden resources. And keep gardening like a boss, and I'll see you guys soon.